Let's take a look at a concrete example of solving a quadratic equation together following that four-step procedure that I showed you in the previous video. What's the first step? First step is to write the quadratic equation in standard form. 0 has to be on one side, everything else on the other. Exponents descend, decrease, get smaller, whatever linearity you want to use, from left to right. Taking a look at the quadratic equation we've been asked to solve, is it in standard form, yay or nay? If you said yay, you're solid. You're gold, kid. You're exactly right. This is in standard form. 0 is on one side, we have everything else on the other, and our exponents are getting smaller from left to right. Exponents on the variable. Second, first, no variable. Okay? X squared, x to the first, no x's, or x to the 0, if you will. This is in standard form, right? Yes? We're in good shape. Okay, so now we can move to step 2. Step 2, we need to identify A, B, and C. What are the values of A, B, and C? Looking at that quadratic equation we've been given to solve, what are the values of A, B, and C? Basically, we just go from left to right. A is going to be 1. B is going to be -2. The sign carries, -2. And our C term is -8. Okay, now, step 3. We want to replace the letters with their corresponding values in the quadratic formula and simplify. Okay, so we're going to take our 1, our -2, and our -8, and we're going to plug those values into our quadratic formula. And very quickly, I want you to notice something. There are two negatives here, right? One comes from the formula, and the second negative comes from what B is. You can think of this negative in the formula as meaning the opposite of B. If B is -2, then when we plug it into the formula, it's now going to become +2 because of the two negatives. In other words, you're taking the opposite of whatever B is. Okay, so we plug in our values for A, B, and C. We see that upon doing our chugging out inside the radical, we get 36. 36 is a perfect square. And what is the square root of 36? Square root of 36 is 6. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to take this equation and we're now going to break it up into two separate pieces. So let's see what happens when we do that. There's actually two solutions here. One solution is going to be 2 plus 6, all divided by 2. The second solution will be 2 minus 6, all divided by 2. We're going to separate these into two separate pieces. 2 plus 6 is 8. Divide that by 2. One solution is 4. 2 minus 6 is -4. Divided by 2 is going to give us -2. So our solutions to this quadratic equation are -2 and 4.